The Central Railroad in New Jersey, owned by the Middletown and Hummelstown Railroad. Gonna do a little explanation on it. All right, you can give a little talk on there, Ryan, what you know about it or whatever. It looks a little older than the other one.
Yeah, this car was built in 1941 for the Central Railroad in New Jersey. It's usually known as the Jersey Central. And it served its full career there until Conrail. Shortly after the creation of Conrail, this Caboose, as well as many others, were retired and sold off for scrap. A lot of people actually in the early 80s bought Cabooses from Conrail to use as things like hunting cabins or office space or wherever they could stick them and use them as a storage shed. This is one that we were able to pick up and put in service here. We typically just use it for events like today's ice cream ride as well as the other Caboose. Other than that, it's
You can tell it looks a little older.
as built. It has the wooden interior, which was common in those days. And one thing that did happen to a lot of these Cabooses was when they burned coal. This is an oil stove, but a lot of them did burn coal. Hot coals would fall out and start a fire on the wooden floor, and many of these Cabooses, the interior would be burned out. And it was a job for the railroad carpenter to gut it out and build a new interior. But for its age and what it's been through, this one's actually in pretty good shape.
That looks like the original table and everything.
This would have been for the crew to either eat their meal at or do their paperwork. They could have cooked on the oil stove. Oil tank is over here, it's filled from the end of the car. And then just like many of the other Cabooses you see, there were lockers for the crew to keep their personal items. And down at the far end of the car, the two bunks as well as a toilet.
Okay, where was the toilet located?
Right behind the open door in that area.
Oh, right here?
This one was just storage. The toilet's over on this side.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Yep.
And that's the one with bunks.
Yep. This Caboose was meant for a crew of 2. Or if you recall, the other Caboose we visited last week, that was built for a crew of 4.
Okay.
This Caboose is much more common of what would be seen running here in the Northeast. And these cars did serve into the early 80s before retirement.
Okay, what is this just like a storage?
This is the ice box.
Oh, that's the ice
That's
box.
where they would have
Okay.
kept their food. And over here is just storage. And then the cupola seats can face in either direction depending on which way the car was going. They didn't turn the car. It just when it would reach its destination, it would just go back.
That's the water tank, I presume, up there.
That's air.
Okay. Okay. And I guess that's about it. Unless you can think
That's
of
about
something.
all there is to it. The electrical that you see in here, that was not part of the car originally.
Okay.
That was set up so we can put a generator on the car for lighting and whatnot. This would have been the original style of lighting, but it would have run on 12-volt batteries under the car, which would have been powered by an axle generator.
Okay, Ryan, I guess you explained everything pretty well here.
Yeah, this was pretty simple. There's not a whole lot to it.
Okay, well, thank you for the
All
interview.
right. Well, no problem.
Yep.
Thanks for stopping by today.
You're welcome.